Day 3 with Mint plus the IG-102 switch. Good evening, YouTube. It is 9:21 now in the evening. I just went through a long process of explaining some stuff about Linux that it's not going to be on there because I didn't press the record button. So this time I have pressed the record button, so I'm going to go back through that quickly if I can before I get into this. The video I posted for tomorrow at 6, which is day 2, it took an hour and 36 minutes to render. It is a 22-minute, something, a little over 22-minute video. I understand that, but I had attempted to use the hardware encoder on Shotcut, and I did that twice before I actually got a good copy. Basically, I was using the hardware encoder, and it would come out when the video was done encoding and rendered. It was basically a black screen with sound, and that was it. So obviously the video was not recording, or not encoding, I should say. Long story short, Bob looked online and when he found out what the problem was, and said there was a certain protocol that had to be met for the NVIDIA driver. In other words, your card had to be able to do that protocol, and that got me to thinking, well, when I originally set up Linux Mint, some setting didn't work right with the recommended NVIDIA driver, and I went back to using the Xorg video driver instead, and so I didn't even have the correct driver in there, and I'm sure that's why it didn't encode the video. So I have recently done that again, and I have the NVIDIA drivers now installed, and I'll figure out the other problem later. But for right now, I want to do another test. I had that day 2 video saved, so the project was saved, so I just loaded that back up, and I'm re-encoding it again. We're using the hardware encoder, made sure it was on NVIDIA, and so that's what I'm doing, and hopefully it will come out with video this time, and also less than an hour and 36 minutes, I would hope. So that's that. So we'll see about that when it works, or when it gets done. So all right, now this, I don't know how well I explained it before, but basically this wafer here is 90 degrees out from the back one. This thing here is not even connecting where it's supposed to connect, and what I need to do is take and undo the switch, and I done told you I was going to switch that washer anyway, but I want to try to do this one thing at a time, and so I don't screw anything up this time. I want to be sure that I get everything right this time, because it makes a big difference on how this works if it's not right. So like I said, I want to get this switched around, but I want to get these I think I'll probably do let me show you. This is the washer that has to be moved to here. I'm going to take this apart, do this side, and I'm not going to hook that back up right at this moment. I'm going to probably take the other side out and do the same thing with it, and then I'm going to take this out of the equation for right now, so that I can pull out the shaft and turn this one 180 degrees, and then push it back in, and then I'll put this back in again and do all that. So one at a time, basically. And so I think that's the way I'm going to try to do this, and so you guys can follow along if you want, and I'll try to keep the video running if I can, show you what I'm doing. I may not post it all, but at least I'll have have it there if I need it. Now this on the back, it's pretty easy to see, I think. Here's our one connection that goes out to the circuit, and here's our coils. Each time that comes around, it switches in a different coil. As you can see, you have a connection between here and here now, here and here. And then you switch this one, you have it between here and here, and on and around till you get to the end there, and that's the last one right there. So now you have it between this and this, and that's where you get that at. Now there's another set of things down here, but they switch in and out things down here. It has nothing to do with that really, so we don't have to worry about that. But if we look at this one, that doesn't happen on this one. These just basically stay kind of together and don't do anything really. So I'm sure this is why, or because this little switch circuit here, which is supposed to be hit something, doesn't hit anything. It just goes around the bottom there, doesn't hit a thing. So that's our problem. It should be up there hitting that one up there, if you can see it up here, and come around like that, and then this one I think stays in contact all the time. Pretty sure that's the way it works. And that will let this go into, there's a space on here on this board where there's nothing at all. That's when I'll drop this down to where it will make contact like it's supposed to, and then engage the switch again. And that's what happened. It must have got out of that when the switch moved. So that's the plan there again, and I'm gonna leave that together and try to go ahead and I'll try to keep you in camera as best I can. I don't know how good I'll do at it, but give it a shot. I'm doing this also without, I may have to do it this way. Loosen both these up a little bit. And maybe I can get them out here. I think it was just too tight. There we go. Now I want to, like I said, do this one at a time. Now see, that just took off. I'll try to put them up there out of the way. Get that. There's a lock washer. It goes on there. Now the only other thing that will go on there now when I put it back together this time is the fiber washer from here will go here. So that's what we got to do. Now I don't know how I'm going to put this down so it just falls down this way. Like this. Alright, there's all four of their things, and they came out like they were supposed to. Good deal. We'll put this over here. Try to keep these together as best as possible, because these things just tend to go away. And I don't know why they do that, but they do. Alright, now that's one. I think what I'm going to do, like I said, is try to, like I said, take this other one out. And then I'll, see right now that's still engaged. And that has to come back there. If I leave that like it is there and not move that and just move this front one, I think I'll be alright. So let's see if we can get this one off. Trying to do this best I can without messing up too much. Get that out of the way a little bit. Alright, there's the other one. I think I'll put them on this side over here, just to keep them separate. And that will lead me to take this one apart. I'm going to try to do this best I can, like this, without taking that all the way out. I would like to get this as apart as I can. Now these can stay together. That goes there. That one goes there. Now those washers are staying in there. So now this needs to come out. Let's see. And like this, and go right around like this, and go right back in. Alright, now what I want to do, I've got that back in, I want to make sure this, you can see now that, well, see now these are falling out now. They wouldn't stay in there. So there's 2, I need 2 more. Oh, there's 3. Now I need 1 more. Oh, I need 2. There's 1 right there. The other one should be somewhere. See, it's disappeared. So I only have 3 of the 4. I'm trying to keep this without turning it, because as soon as you turn it, that's when problems. Oh, I bet you that stayed on the. Did it? Nope, not on there. Nope, not on there. So I'm still missing 1. Until I find that, I can't go on. Huh. See what I mean? There it is right there. I see it, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, that's not it. But see how this has got turned around here? It's way over there now. Now it's supposed to be, it's where it's supposed to be, I think. I'm pretty sure. See, that one's making contact with that. That should be correct. Almost 100% positive. Now the only other thing is, again, the switch or the washer. I'm going to lay that down just a second. Shake out my sleeves. Make sure they're not there. Look at my lap. I'm sure it's not there. Scan with the, alright, I'm going to put you over here just a second. Alright, sorry, I told you I was going to film or video everything, but I had to get this done. I couldn't get it done any other way, so. That is set up, I think, like it's supposed to be. I think it is. The only way we can test it as soon as I get the other one back on, the other screw. Now I do have the washer in the correct place this time. This is missing here and it's back here, so I have that correct, I believe. So what I want to do is get the other side on now, and everything's still there, so I guess I'm doing good in that respect. So I'm gonna have to again do the I don't know if I can get this overhead shot like this or not. Maybe I can. We try it to see. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how well it'll work, but we'll try it and see. Now that needs a washer there. It's a little bit difficult to get in there, but not impossible. See, now that's in there better than it was, I know that. So this is the hard part, is getting this down where it goes. I'm going to try it with a pair of hemostats instead. Maybe that'll work better, I don't know. It may not, you never can tell. All you can do is try. Yeah, well, it didn't work. There's just no room to get in there. No room at all. Ah! Very close indeed. Alright, here's that one. This one's pretty easy to get on here. Just a matter of slipping it over the end. And then you put the tube on. And that holds it on. Then you have the same thing on the other end that I had on this, but I think I have a little more room on that end, I believe. See, there it goes in like that, alright, but it needs to come back this way. And we need to slide that in there very carefully. Sorry, I'm going to get in your way, but just about have to on this one. Alright. I never would have guessed it wasn't that easy. But it did. Now, the whole thing is, if this is not right, I'll be up a crick again. I think it is, though. At least we're making some contact with those front contacts, because, you know, they weren't doing anything before. So I don't see how that would work anyway. At all. Alright, now I have both of them in there. Wee doggies. Let's get you back over here a little bit. Alright, now let's see how she switches. I know that's off there, but the only way I can do it is get that way, because, yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, it's backwards. So that won't work. This needs to be flipped over 180. This part here now needs to be flipped over. Phew! I tell you what, this is killing me. I'm going to double check, make sure, because if I flip it over, it's going to go this. Yeah, it would be this way. Now see, the whole thing needs to go over or around. If everything moved around now 180 degrees, it would be right. I think. Yeah. Yep, that's what we need to do. Hope you guys are not out there sitting saying, "No, you stupid ass, you gotta do it the other way." Oh, Lordy. I don't know. If there was an easy way of taking this apart and changing that around, I could do that, but I don't think there is any easy way of doing it. I think it's set to hit that right there, and see, yeah, it comes up to there. It has to go the other way. It must have auto timed out. Okay, I think I'm recording again now. All right. Anyway, what I started to say is if I flip this over here and it starts going this way, which is what it will do, see, that is what I need to do. So the whole thing needs to be flipped around. Either that, or if you just take the shaft and flip it around, then it will go the other way, I think. Well, this is going to take some thinking. Shoot. I think I'm okay here though, on this one. I think. I mean, I'm okay. Oh, down here. No, yeah, see, that one is right now. It is actually right. I don't know how I did this, but I've managed to get it out on the bottom now. Because this one's right. It's hitting every one in there. It's exactly right. And this is tight in there. So that needs to stay there, and the other one needs to be flipped around. I think that will do it. If I just flip this one around, pull the thing out just a little bit, flip this around to this side, I think I'll have it. I know you guys didn't see that, did you? But if I pull the shaft out just a little bit, pull this around to this side, basically 180 degrees across, put the shaft back in, I should have it because it'll turn this way. I'm pretty sure that's it. Alright, that's what I'm going to go for. Alright, you guys, I'm going to turn you off, and we'll turn you back on later. Alright, now let me show you what I got. I think I got it this time. It was pretty easy to do, actually. My daggone hand does not want to bend, or it wants to cramp. Every time I do any kind of work at all, it does that. Alright, so here we're on this one here. As you can see, that's the one that's selected. As you watch that go around, hits that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. That is correct, I believe. Now on this, if we look at this, we're looking at the, well, I'm not sure which. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one here. But we're over here on this one, if you can see it, I think. And there's that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then this one. So I think that's the correct way, I do believe. I think it should work now. I'm going to take and tighten it down a little bit more and run some tests on it. Kind of make sure. I should get a connection between this one and this one here. That should be my connection point. And if I get my different what he calls there, I think I'll have it made. So I may get this connected up and we'll go from there. Alright, now I got 46.8 at this current time. Let me see if I can get the hold of this thing without touching something to alter the readings. Oops. And we're still having some experiencing some problems. That's 17.9. There's 4.0, 4.1. That one is just not making a good solid contact. There it goes. 1.4, 0.9, and 0. Well, I'm not saying 0, but it's over the limit. It's not doing anything. So again, there's 0.9, 1.5, 4.0, 17.9, 46.7. That's it. That works. Works well. So now we got it hooked up right, I do believe. I think it is. I think it's correct. Phew. Yeah, that's too much. I'm going to try to tighten this one here a little bit more. I think that's where our problem is coming in. It's not really that tight. I think I told you it was tighter than it was, but it's still not that tight. So let me get around here and show you what I'm talking about. See, it still moves. And what it is, I think, it needs to be pushed down that way more, so it makes better contact with that. I do believe. See, it makes that one mess up completely when it comes around there like that. Now that, I'm not really sure how that works. I want to say this is the way this goes. Like this. I think. At least according to the faceplate, that's the way it needs to go, I think. Like I said, I'm gonna check that out a little further. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I see it, but you don't. I'm going to check this out a little bit more. I think get a closer look at it with some better light and find out exactly what the problem is, if there is in fact a problem. I think it's supposed to be pointed just like that, I think is the way that's supposed to work. See, as soon as I move that, it moves that, gets it out of the rotation there. It stays in pretty good there. As soon as it comes back around for that big one, oh, that time it stayed in. So maybe if I could maybe try that. See, get that rivet a little tighter. I don't know. Is that do you think? Is that what you think? Is there a lot of play there, you think? The only other thing I can do is epoxy that, and so it stays there. On one way or the other, I'm going to get that to stay, because I'm not going to put this all back together and then have it do that. That's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Period. So, I'm going to turn this off and get me some kind of a something to maybe I can hit against, and I get a punch or something to punch that in a little bit. Any way I can to get that held down a little bit better. As long as it stays in its position, I think it'd be alright. So, I think it'll be good. Alright, like I said, I'm going to shut this down, and it's 10:04 now. Got to take pills, and it'll be bedtime soon. I want to go check on my encoder. See if it got done encoding the file, if it did or didn't. And I may bring you back, tell you that or not, so stay tuned for that. Alright, well, what you see in front of you, if you do in fact see something, is the my fix so far. I bent it over against this wafer board. It doesn't move there. Now my question is, do you think epoxy or hot glue would be best? I'm sure epoxy would work better, but you know, weigh that against the time it takes to create it and all that stuff. But I'm just thinking that would work better, though, I do believe, if I used epoxy. And also this, I noticed this was loose. I don't know if it was loose before or not, but that last ground lug on that one there was not connected. So that will have to be fixed. I did check it like it is now, and it works perfectly like it is right now. As long as I keep that bent over, it stays in contact. Everything works real good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, on the hardware encoder thing for Shotcut, it took 42 minutes as opposed to 1 hour and 36 minutes, but it did not do the video. I have the same problem. I have a black screen with sound. There was another setting for NVIDIA encoder. It wasn't what I wanted, but I went ahead and checked that, and I'm doing another test now. I'm going to get this thing fixed one way or the other. It just takes too long for the software encoder to work, and takes too many resources and everything else. So that's going to do me for this evening. It's 10:17 now. I still have to take my pills, and I think I'll probably wait until that test gets done. So I've got another 40-something minutes to wait for that. So anyway, that's going to do me. Like I said, the tubes should be here tomorrow. I don't know if I even told you that or not. The tubes should be here tomorrow. They were in Indianapolis earlier today. And the scheduled delivery for the caps from Saul is Thursday. They were in New Jersey. So, like I said, I should have tubes to play with on this for the Philco, as you see it right there. I still haven't even got it off the bench, but like I said, I've got room to do it, so I left it there. It's no big deal. So, like I say, I really wanted to get this decided what to do with, and I'm sure now I'm on the right track as far as having the switches right. And like I said, this is my main problem right now, is getting this held down. I might take that wire off and desolder that, and so I'll have a good solid thing when I put that epoxy on there to make sure it stays there, and redo the wire to where it's not going to be a hindrance to it at all. See, there's nothing on the other side there but the rivet. So I could even bring some of that epoxy around there if I wanted to. And like I said, I think that's the way to go. I think that's the best way to do it. I can dab some, you know, around up in here and all through here. I probably wouldn't even have to take that solder off there. That's probably alright like it is. But get that, as you know, coated pretty good in there. Maybe put some alcohol on the, clean it up really good so it sticks good. And do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I don't think I've got anything planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Mom's birthday. The 8th. I did get some news from my sister today that part of the problem has been rectified with her lower track there. They did some, I forget exactly what she said, and I'm not going to go into the details, but suffice to say she is in no pain now, and she's able to sit, and she's a totally different person now, so I can imagine that was very painful. So that has been taken care of, and so like I said, that's good. We're still planning on having our birthday celebration on Sunday, so I've got to get a hold of the rest of my clan, find out who's coming, who's not, so my sister can get a decent sized cake. So, alright, that's going to do me. You guys have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.